Hey y'all, the temperature has dropped nearly 20 degrees now, so it's freezing out here to me. But before it got cold, I did do some cleanup in the yard. I did actually film it, but it was like a 40-minute video and I didn't want to edit it, so if I can get some stuff off my security camera, I'll insert that. Otherwise, the evidence is here. I cleaned it up, but I'm only partially finished. I have a lot still to do. Let me flip the camera. All right, so I still have a lot to do, but I did get a lot of things cleared out. I got to clear out weeds still, and also I use wood mulch in the summer, which is helpful in keeping the moisture retention, so you have to water less. And it's also useful in the wintertime for helping keeping the plants warm. So I am going to put down mulch after I clear all this up, but I want to clean some of this debris out of here. I did empty out some old cells from some seed trays because I decided I do want a winter garden. And really, it's just kind of seeing a blank slate. I mean, it's not completely blank. I still got stuff to clean up and stuff to move and like renovate in the garden. But I see this empty space and I'm like, oh, I want to put something in there. So, and like even these containers, I want to get stuff in these containers. So I'm gonna be dropping some seeds. I'm also still gonna have to do this, but in the meantime, since I'm gonna use the seed trays, there's no rush to do this, but I'm gonna be working on this. Still, the cleanup part of the phase of getting the garden back together for 2026. Like I didn't even touch this up in here, because that's because I want to move these beds completely and replace them with those larger beds. One along the fence, and then the other one over here, 12 by 2 feet. Anyway, I decided to use this soil, and this came from some raised beds that I didn't even use last year because I was I knew I wanted to move them. So I had started emptying them out and finally got all the soil out of them and got them moved down there. And at some point I'm going to disassemble those and repurpose them or throw them away. Anyway, I had started sifting through this soil um, the other day, the day before yesterday. It actually rained yesterday unexpectedly, so this soil is kind of moist. So it's kind of going through there easily. I was thinking I was going to have to wait for it to dry out because I want to fill this entire. I'm just dumping this over here. I want to fill this entire container up, and I am going to add like perlite and vermiculite to this and use this as my starting seeds. I can also use that soil, which is just garden soil that I got last year on sale. I think it was like $3 a bag or $2.50 a bag. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was four for $1. Let me make sure ain't nothing in here. Okay, nothing's living in here. But anyway, I could use this and do the same thing, but I had set my mind on doing this and sifting through it because I need to move. This soil is going to have to be used and moved anyway, and I know there are grubs in here, so it's going to have to be sifted through. Anyway, that's part of my recycling of the soil. And I have a larger sifter that I'm going to use in the beds because I'm not going to go through all of the soil. This is 100 gallons of soil is in this bed, so there's no way I'm going through all of it. But I'm going to try to sift through the top layers, get the weeds out, and get most of these larger wood pieces. Then I'll put them in my compost bin so that they will eventually turn to soil. I haven't looked in here in a while. I haven't been watering this. Yeah, it's very dry. So this does need to be watered, but it's cold now, so I'll just wait until it's cooler, probably the spring, to start watering that again, because the worms come in there and eat up the stuff. Because I also compost in place in there, like put my food scraps in there to enrich the soil. And I still have to sift through this, so I still have a lot to do. But I feel like I'm looking at a blank slate, and that made me want to just fill it in with stuff. So now I do want a winter garden. So I'm going to drop the seeds, and I may even go to the store and look for some starts, but I do prefer not to do that because I really don't want to spend a lot of money on gardening this year. I've spent so much in the past. I just want it to be low maintenance. I want to make my own soil via these compost bins. I have 2 of those, plus this smaller one there. And that has given me soil before that filled up beds. In fact, this bed was filled with the compost soil when I originally set it up. Yeah, that's yet another bed I need to clean out. So yeah, I still have a lot to do. I'm going to empty out these smaller containers, and also, I have the bags to do as well. So I still have a lot to do, but I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces I can quickly set up and use for growing things. So that's what I'm going to do, because I really want to fill this up. And I'm going to mix in, like I said, perlite and vermiculite, and then start my seeds outdoors in this. Now, I cannot sift out seeds, so it would be seeds from the old stuff I planted, plus weeds, because weeds find a way into everything. Look at those dandelions. It's getting cold. They're gonna die soon, I'm sure. But anyway, there are definitely gonna be seeds in there. So I was considering pouring boiling water on it to make sure I don't get any weed sprouts, but I can just manually pick them out. I'm gonna have this stuff outside. I'm gonna put them in the greenhouse. Now, if I was taking it indoors, I would use the boiling water. So I don't want to bring in any bugs into my house. So that's how easy this is, though. And I have a larger one that will make it easier to go through, like that bed. Now, some of these wood chips, the smaller ones, were just in the soil, but some of it was wood mulch. And this will eventually compost over time. That's why I'm going to stick the majority of it in my compost bins. All right, I forgot that I had this tripod out here. I can do some of this on screen just to show how easy it is. Quick and easy it is. I am using a glove to kind of protect my hand, but mainly because I know there are grubs in here. That's what's left, like these smaller wood chips. And I could actually set this aside and reuse the wood chips. I just thought of that. I'm just gonna have to find something to designate something to put them in, but that's what I'm gonna do. That will save me some money. And this year I'm all about saving money if I can, if and when I can. So very quickly get that. Like a bigger hunk of soil that, oh, this is like mud almost. So this is why I need to wait until, I don't want to clog up the grate. So let me take the big chunks out. I do already have enough, I think, to start some. Yeah, this is creating an issue, so I'm gonna wait for it to dry out. but I haven't enough to start. I don't know if this is in view or not, but I have enough to start plenty of seeds in this for now. All right, so I mentioned how bad the greenhouse is looking, and I do actually want to remove this. I have it in this tight corner, or tight like corridor with small paths. So I think I want to move this, even though I like it here. It's also only getting sunlight right now on the top shelf. Maybe this one too, I'm not sure. I need to look at my cameras to see if the sun is this high, but I'm pretty sure that very top shelf, which is taller than me, is getting sunlight. These are the seed trays that I have out here. I'm not cleaning them out. Just gonna reuse them. I could rinse them, but these are silicone, and so I could rinse them, but I probably won't, just to be honest. This isn't that much soil. I was thinking when I gotta fill all of these up, so I'm gonna add some coconut coir, but as well as some perlite and vermiculite. So let me set this up. I'm trying to, like, this thing, I'm using the wrong tripod because I was trying to have it show inside, but let me go figure that out. Well, I forgot to press record, but I put one of these bricks of coconut coir in this water. It's about 8 cups of water. I'm just gonna watch it expand. I'm actually gonna go get my seeds while I wait. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna have to get more organized because every time I need something I gotta go looking for it. So that's the plan for this year as well. Yeah, this is completely still hard. And I used warm water. And it's been minutes sitting out here. And it's almost completely, it's not expanded. So, anyway, I'll let that keep doing what it do. And I'll share what I'm gonna plant. Collards, of course. And I think it said something about, let's see, it says 2 weeks before last frost. Well, 2 weeks before last frost. A little early because we're likely gonna have our last frost, or our only frost really. Well, we had one day maybe that was below freezing that. Well, it damaged all my plants. And that was in December. But when we get down to the teens, it's probably gonna be at some point in February. So, but these are gonna be in the greenhouse. And if I need to, I will drop some more seeds. So, Georgia Southern Collards. This cabbage that I got when the Dollar Tree still had them for 4 for $1.25. I think they're 3 for $1.50 now. Still cheaper than most places. This was the first cabbage I grew. These are small little cabbages. I think this one said, it says start seeds indoors. Well, anyway, I'm not doing that. I'm starting them in the greenhouse. The kale, I've had these seeds forever. These plants get huge. So hopefully this one will be okay. Hopefully it will germinate. I've had it since 2020, my first year of gardening. Some purple kohlrabi, some purple broccoli, some scarlet kale, like purple colored, which is, this I know will be fine. Some additional broccoli that I got from the Dollar Tree last year, and I don't think I've Yeah, I haven't tried these yet. Well, I did try that one, I guess. So if I tried it, it did grow. And then pak choy. And that one said 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. So some of it was started indoors, but I'm starting it inside a greenhouse. So we'll see how that works out. So this is 9 different seeds, and I have, I think, looking over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 times 4 is 32. So I have 32 seed cells for 9 plants. So that's plenty. That's almost 4 each. So I'm gonna have to only do 2 of something, and maybe put multiple seeds in a cell. I'm gonna put at least, well, it's gonna be multiple seeds in a cell. These seeds are tiny, so they're gonna be more than 1 seed in each cell. So we should get multiples. All right, this, I don't know, I guess you're supposed, I mean, in the past, I haven't had to do too much to get it to break up, but that was in the summertime, because this is still almost completely whole. Anyway, I can reach over here and get the pro light. I think one of them is open already. Okay, it's not. So let's try and get this. No, I don't have it. Let me see. This is my regular tripod that I use in the garden because it has this stake. But I don't have anywhere to stick it. Or maybe I'll go here. Oh, it will. Alright, I got that in that crack down there. Because this is a better tripod. I can... Ooh, it's stiff. It's kind of stiff, but... Well, let's see if I can roll it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. You see how messy it is in this greenhouse. I'm blaming the opossum for most of it because it was coming in here and knocking all the stuff down. Well, I don't know how much of, I don't know what got recorded or not. I have no idea. Anyway, I was using this. To mix this up, which is what I usually use in my containers and beds. I'm going to go ahead and use this. All right. It is getting dark out here. All right, I somehow keep turning this camera off. But anyway, this is the consistency. It's very soft. Great for seeds. Well, this wound up being more than enough soil. I filled up all of those 8 trays with plenty to spare. Enough to go ahead and drop all of these seeds. We'll start with the Southern Georgia collards. And this is how tiny they are. That was too many. And I can barely see where these are falling. And these are 6-year-old seeds now, so I probably need multiple. I'm trying to have them spread out a little bit though, so it'll be easier to separate. The cabbage. These look even smaller. They look similar. Whoops. I don't know if you can. Well, these are too hard to see. I was looking for something white because it's dark outside. I'll just lean. Whoops. They're just a little, they're slightly lighter than the other one. I'm just going to put these on one side here. And these. So I have another cabbage I'm going to put in these 2 cells. So put about 3 or 4 in each cell. The kale. This gets enormous. These are also old seeds though, so I don't have many left. So I'm gonna have to plant all of these, and oh man, I'm a little nervous because I'm gonna have to save these seeds. Kohlrabi. Oh, I don't know if I showed that one, kohlrabi. The purple broccoli. The kale. These are from 2022, so I'll plant more of these. I don't know if you hear that racket over there. That is why I want to move. Huge reason why I gotta get out of here. Another broccoli. Oh, that was cabbage I planted earlier. So I have the purple broccoli and then 2 green broccolis. Alright, I gotta see where I just put them. Alright, I have to rewatch to see where I put those last seeds. I put them in here. So the next is going to be this broccoli. I am going to label these. I'm going to come back out with some labels. It is legit dark out here right now. Well, it's not that dark, but I'm sure it's darker than it looks. Alright, so this is the last broccoli. I would like a lot of broccoli. Oh my goodness. This is empty. So I'm gonna find something else to plant. The last one that I do have, that should have some seeds in there, that's pak choy. And that's going in that one. And so I need one more pack of seeds or something to select something else to go in there. At least one thing. One more. Alright, let me go find something else. Whoops. Oh, great. Alright, so I got this broccoli for the last tray, and I haven't. Oh, I think I've tried them before. Alright, so I'm gonna put soil on top of all of these, just a little layer, small layer. Is right there. See, it's still kind of moving the soil more than I would like. I don't want the seeds to come out. I also don't want them to be like in one spot. Alright, the rest I'll do from underneath. The water is going to wick up. The soil will wick it up. Alright, I will check these tomorrow to pour out any excess water. And it should be saturated at that point. The sun doesn't reach down here, but I'm not worried about the sun right now because I don't have any seedlings yet. No leaves, so no need for light. I do want to close these humidity domes. Alright, these are missing the green top, so I'm going to have to go find that. Alright, that's going to fall. Alright, move these down. Alright, I'll come back to working with this stuff in the daytime. I am going to find the tops so I can close those off. Alright, so I found them. I put those on the top and they're all closed. And so I'm late, but I've dropped some seeds for my winter garden, outdoor seeds. I'm going to do the winter indoor garden as well. Anyway, as you can see, all my lights are coming on, so it's pretty dark out here. But would be much prettier with some plants. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.